did they offer you for that land on the bypass route?
Well, that's another problem. I could have got 4 times the amount from the land developers that the government wants to pay me or some of the other people involved here. They want to give us much less at $20,000 an acre. And when we hear and have found out that land that's annexed into the city is going for anywhere from, depending where it is, anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 an acre. I can't relocate at $20,000 an acre. I can't buy land for that to start a new place somewhere else. I have to move from here. I'm being squeezed out. So I thought, well, I'll move it over to my other quarter. But now there's restrictions there as well. I've been fighting with the government for the last 5 years to get an access to my property, which they didn't want to give me. Why can't I get from the government what the land developer was supposed to pay me, or were willing to pay me, so that I could have maybe moved entirely away from my land and find a most farm life type of acreage and a quieter place. And the thing is, people should know what this government is doing here. He's disrupting everybody's life, could care less. They've never had, sure they had open meetings for all the owners, but they never listened to anything. And land is selling for $100,000. So they're trying to steal the land, the same thing as what they did over there to me in Intermodal. I can't replace, if I wouldn't have that quarter of land, I couldn't buy a chunk of land for $20,000 an acre. I can't replace it. So why would I take less? I'd end up being broke. So what do you do? And I want to live on an acreage or on a farm. Well, the first buildings that were ever put out on my land, you should see the buildings out there. Oh, he says he may look at that and say, well, that should have made his land more valuable than anybody else's to start with, because they had to start on my land over there.
So how can you compare what's going on in the East End with what happened in the West End? How can you compare that?
The expropriation is the same as what they've done over there.
And how many acres was that?
66 acres.
And and where is that located along? What project is that?
Intermodal. This land being annexed into the city as development land, up goes the price 3-4 times. Over there, that was just agricultural land. And you've got trains going through there all night long, semi-trucks, and you got the planes on top. Trains and planes and semis. Not peaceful like here. This is why the city is moving east. Who would want to live next to something like that? The people over there now are complaining, but it's all too late. The north side of the Intermodal. But the first building that was put up was on my land over there. That should have made my land very valuable.
And where is that located by?
But since it was expropriated at agricultural price, that's what I got. A year later, they expropriated eight quarters of land north of there to park all these semis and trucks and what have you, and more buildings. They got $23,000 an acre. Now, was that fair?
And what deal
I
was that
ended
from?
up getting $13,000.